What's going on, guys? TKD123 video, and make sure to leave a like this video because we're talking about E3 2017, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first one here on the dock for E3 this year is going to be EA. Now, they're having their official conference, not technically E3 related because it's technically, you know, not within the kind of bounds of E3, but they're holding their EA Play event for the second time in a row because they first did it last year and stuff like that, so they'll be doing it again this year as well. And it'll be taking place on Saturday, June 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and then 3 p.m. Eastern time as well. And you know, one of the reasons why this is also weird because it is kind of, you know, the really first press conference we've had this early. Now, you know, we had a couple of press conferences last year on Sunday where it was, you know, Bethesda and stuff like that, where it was the Sunday night before the big, you know, dilemma on Monday and Tuesday and stuff like that. But they decided, you know, to go all the way early on Saturday, so which is a new thing here, but I'm sure it will be fine. Now, you know, it's really tough to talk about EA, right? Because, you know, they have a big sports, you know, game presence, obviously, with, you know, they have FIFA and they have Madden and stuff like that, you know, and those, you know, are not necessarily bad games, but there are games that I generally don't play, and I really don't care about FIFA and Madden, right? So that's why, you know, kind of the EA side of things get me a little bit, you know, sleepy, honestly, just because they don't have a lot of, you know, big things to talk about in terms of things that I like when it comes to sports, whatever, because I don't like sports, you know what I'm saying? But they do have one giant thing they can discuss, and that is Star Wars. Now, you know, I don't know exactly what they're gonna go into for Battlefront 2, but, you know, looking at history, right, just like looking at what we have right now, you know, we know a lot about the story, pretty much, about the trailer that we got a couple of weeks back, where we got the full kind of unveiling of Battlefront 2, stuff like that. We got news that it'll be taking, you know, just kind of everything from all three eras, that is the original trilogy, the prequels, and the new trilogy as well. So they're kind of, I guess, you know, kind of just taking a lot of things from all different eras and stuff like that. And you know, we kind of got a good premise of the story where you play, you know, as, you know, a member of the Empire who just witnessed their, you know, home explode in the Death Star, you know, and stuff like that. So basically where it takes off, and, you know, they're out to seek revenge for the Emperor, right? So it's basically how the story goes. Now that leaves us out, you know, multiplayer, right? So what are they going to talk about multiplayer wise? I feel like they have a lot of things to prove here with this game. They gotta bring the content officially, you know, up front, right? Like, we can't have you know, this game feel you know, a little bit underbaked, a little bit half-made and stuff like that going in to the launch of this game. Like, we need more stuff. Like, we need, basically what we need is Battlefront 1 with all the DLC at launch. Like that's the type of content we need. They cannot have another issue where, you know, a lot of people feel kind of blew off, or people, you know, kind of feel like they got ripped off about this game. So you know, definitely I feel like they will be showing a lot of content in terms of multiplayer and stuff like that, I'm hoping, and that we will see what happens there. Now, you know, here is kind of my hype thing right now. There is a lot of things working, especially with Visceral Games, I believe. No, I believe that's the actual studio here, and they have Amy Hennig's take on a Star Wars game, right? They have Amy Hennig behind a Star Wars game currently in the works, right? And you know, if you don't know Amy Hennig here, she wrote the original Uncharted trilogy 1, 2, and 3, and they were issued before that she left, whatever, stuff like that. But, you know, beside the point, she is writing a Star Wars game here, and if she, you know, takes influences from Uncharted being a action adventure game in the Star Wars universe, like that, oh my god, like if we see that at EA, I promise you will see the craziest Kevin reaction you will ever hear in your life. Like, if we even get a working title, and if it's crazy year, like if it's Year of Dreams, I want a trailer. I want to see a trailer of this game so bad, because oh my god, like this is like hype levels that we got with Star Wars 1313, that you know, game that got canceled when Disney bought Lucasfilm, stuff like that. But, you know, if this is shown on stage, I will lose my mind. Next up here, we got, you know, a trailer in the beginning of the week, you know, for Need for Speed Payback, and I feel like they're gonna definitely, you know, talk more about it, you know, in the same vein that, you know, Ubisoft talked about The Crew, right? Like, it's gonna be, I feel, you know, they're very big, very ambitious racing game, and I'm honestly, like looking at the trailer low-key, it looks like if they took a Fast and Furious movie and made it to a game. Like, it looks very good, it looks very promising, honestly. And I have a deep history with Need for Speed personally, and, you know, back in my, you know, younger years, I would definitely play a ton of that on, you know, the PS2, whether it be Underground or whatever, stuff like that. So, you know, I'm, you know, a little bit looking forward to this. Not really that crazy thing, but I'm looking forward to see what they officially announced for Need for Speed Payback and stuff like that, and I guess we'll see what happens there. Now, you know, of course, you at EA, you're gonna get the FIFA, the Madden. Well, hopefully we don't get some, old player on stage talking about some shit, or like, some random, I just hope that they just don't, I mean, like, it's unfair for me to say that because I'm not a fan of Madden and FIFA, and that's fine because I know that FIFA has a big community. I know Madden has a big community. I'm saying, so I'm not here to like diss him, whatever. But I'm not looking forward to it. I don't have no predictions about it. I don't really care about it. Let's move on, right? So now we have some news about the Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about a little bit here about Nintendo. What can EA provide for the Switch right now? I don't know if they're gonna bring Battlefront 2 to it. I don't know if they are. I doubt it, honestly. I don't know if they're gonna be Need for Speed. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Are they gonna bring one of the sports titles? Are they gonna bring, what are they going to bring to the Switch, right? That is a big mystery. And honestly, like, I can see them maybe bringing Need for Speed, like, maybe if they announce Payback is going to be kind of like open world-esque thing, like maybe they can have things that are multiplayer centric and stuff like that, that works with the Switch on the go and stuff like that. But that is all, very, very loose, because if we look at, some gameplay from Need for Speed Payback, if we look at the actual game, at least from the trailer, now of course, it's a trailer, we know that, but it's looking very, very good. It's looking very polished, looking very clean, looking very graphically, definitely graphically strong in that suit. And I don't believe that, actually, I know, actually, Need for Speed Payback cannot run on the Switch. There's no way it's happening. That's not a thing. Maybe they can make a less powerful version. I don't know what's gonna happen here, guys. So the Switch is a big question here for EA. And what's not a question here is that they have officially confirmed that they will be showing Battlefield 1 expansion packs, coming to the game. So that's definitely gonna be a thing that they will be talking a lot about, obviously, and that they will definitely show off at the event. Now, do I think that they're going to announce or fully even say anything about the next Battlefield title? I don't believe so. I feel like it's a little bit too early for that. I don't think that they'll do that, honestly. Maybe that'll be their big hit next year and stuff like that. But I feel like when just in terms of Battlefront 2 and everything, and with Need for Speed Payback and whatever they come out for Madden and FIFA, whatever, I feel like they have a pretty good November coming up here. Like, they have a pretty safe bet here going in with Battlefront 2 and a racing game, and whatever sports games they have. I feel like they have a very, very clean, very polished on them that they can work with, right? And I feel like they are I guess utilizing Battlefront and Battlefield. They're kind of flip-flopping them. I feel like they're going back and forth or whatever, and I really feel like they're fine. I feel like we've gone through a lot of things. We've pretty much gone through everything here, but there's one big thing that we have not touched on here, and that is Titanfall 2, right? Now, Titanfall 2 got amazing review scores, amazing, kind of word of mouth across, across the community. A lot of people enjoyed Titanfall 2. They feel like it very much improved from the first game. They had a great campaign, and a lot of people were even calling it the best FPS story of the year, and even, really what they've ever played. A lot of people said those things. Like, so definitely Titanfall 2, it had a lot of great praise, a lot of great, word of mouth to it. However, it didn't, really, sell a lot, right? And that was his biggest downfall here. Now, what has come of Respawn Entertainment here is that, it has been confirmed that they are working on, quote, something set inside George Lucas's classic creation, right? Now, they're not saying Star Wars, right? That's the biggest thing here, right? They are saying George Lucas, and maybe I'm thinking, to kind of not trying to step on any glass here, but, just the way they're phrasing this is so weird, right? Now, obviously, Star Wars isn't the only thing that George Lucas created, right? He has a ton of movies out and a ton of IP, whatever, stuff like that. So, could they be talking about something else here? Like, or is Respawn really making another Star Wars game? Because if you think about it, right? Like, if you think about it, Respawn Entertainment is primarily an FPS studio. Like, they have, created tons of FPS studios. They were, basically birthed out of Infinity Ward, where they were the ones that created, the original COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that. And then they went on to make Titanfall and stuff like that. So, they have historically been overall pretty, safe in the FPS genre, right? So, if we have them working on a Star Wars game, and we already have DICE working on the FPS Star Wars game, you know, for the second time, you know, be it that. I don't know what's happening here. Like, could Respawn really be making a game that's not FPS and that is really Star Wars? And maybe it's third person, maybe it's RPG, maybe it's like there are so many things that it could be, and it's just weird that they're not saying Star Wars. They are saying, quote, something set inside George Lucas's classic creation. So that is the biggest question here. That's the biggest thing that I have, you know, really to say in terms of that. And who knows what's gonna happen? I guess we'll find out on Saturday. Alright guys, that was my predictions and my overall conversation on EA for E3 2017. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate you giving me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.